Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. This is part 2 of Divine Feminine. Okay, so today, it is the 9th of March. We are going to take a look at Katie Porter, Amy Klobuchar, and Elizabeth Warren. These readings, I should tell you, these readings are actually more intuitive than they are actually literal translations of the cards. And normally it's a fair, equal, sort of a balance of both. These readings feel a lot more intuitive. So just so that you're aware, if some of the cards they don't make sense to what I'm saying, it's because I'm receiving information directly as opposed to interpreting. All right, let's start with Katie Porter. Now, I have to tell you, energetically, it very much feels like she is going to stay in place for a little while. In place as in where she is. And there's actually, it feels like a very... specific reason or logic behind this. So from what I understand, she flipped the area that she is in, her constituency. That was a red area in California, from what I understand, for quite a good long while. And she flipped it blue. So part of the reason that they want her to sort of stay in place, they being, I don't know, the political party, is because they want to solidify that particular riding, right? They want to have her in there and in there, building a reputation, building strength, becoming more and more powerful in place. Trust me. Everybody has taken note of her, okay? She is really one of the shining stars of the women that came in, as a result of that 2018 midterm election. So let's do the cards and let's see what they say. But I have to say, energetically right now, it feels very, very much like for the next at least 2-4 years kind of thing, that she's going to be in place. Now, that doesn't mean that she may not move up the ladder in terms of some of the committees that she is in, works on, whatever. But there's definitely a sense that she needs to just hold in place for a bit. So come on, town, let's take a look at Katie Porter, shall we? Katie Porter future, Katie Porter future, Katie Porter future. I'm telling you, sometimes these things feel like tongue twisters. Here we go. Yeah, she still has a great deal to offer where she is. She has a treasure trove of understanding and experience. So, and I'm not talking about experience, and she's incredibly smart, but I'm not really talking about employment experience. I'm sort of talking about life experience. She has great understanding and great empathy and passion for those people who, because of circumstances or status, whatever it is, are left out in the cold. The working mother, right? The minimum wage worker, the workers who are working for companies where they're not making a living wage, but, the CEOs are like rolling in money. She has a great passion for leveling out that playing field. And I really feel like it is her own life experience, in part because of the things that she has been through, that really, really put her in a position to have great empathy and great understanding of what that feels like and what needs to be corrected in very many ways. And I know that she studied under Elizabeth Warren, but she really actually carries a very similar like energy or footprint. It's that same sense of I suffered, I was penalized, I had to struggle because. And now I am going to work my butt off to make sure that the next generation does not have to go through what I went through. And you know what? If Elizabeth Warren, just to digress for a second, if Elizabeth Warren does not one other thing for the rest of her life, she has done incredible, incredible work. And there are a lot of things that she has energetically or literally helped change and shift. She's not done, but I'm just saying. And Katie Porter appears very much as if she is going to move forward on that same kind of path. She has not finished using the life lessons that she has learned. She's not anywhere near yet finished implementing them so that there is change where she really feels change needs to happen. And so, yeah. Okay, so this sort of goes with this, right? This is like her literally the hero of the underdog. Okay, she is the one who is going to fight for people who don't have power, for people who don't have money and position and authority. She is their like Wonder Woman. Okay, she is the one who is taking up the mantle of those fights, and she has only begun. She has a long road ahead of her in politics, and she is going to continue to ascend, but she's going to do it very systematically so that by time she gets into really high levels, and I'm talking high, like I'm talking a secretary of I'm not sure what, the treasury, I don't know. But by time she gets there, she is going to have so much experience under her belt that no one is even going to think about questioning her ability, her talent, her brain power, her anything. But again, she is going to move up systematically, very much. It's the same sort of energy or headspace about why it looks like for right now she's going to stay where she is doing what she's doing. It is methodical, it is step by step, and it's almost as if either the universe or she has a very clear step-by-step plan of getting where she ultimately is going to end up. And I honestly got to tell you, I don't think that even she quite realizes how bright her star is. And I'm not exactly sure that she realizes how much farther she's going to travel. But she is going to be that person that probably every 4-6 years changes her role, changes her positioning. Is it possible that she may go from what she's doing now to senator, and then from senator to secretary? It's possible. But she has so many skills and so much knowledge. And the thing that really makes her special and quite frankly powerful is that she has this very passionate and strong sense of empathy and a really strong sense of right and wrong. And when it comes to money and the distribution of money, wow, that is really where her passion lies. And she very much feels that that work is going to be accomplished through the law through the courts, and through the government. So her journey for right now is going to be a slow-moving one forward, but you can expect really great things from her as she moves forward. But like I say, it's going to be a slower ascension, if you will. And she's not in any hurry, right? She's not in any hurry, because when you look at what she accomplishes, even in the committees that she is in, an interesting look at that would have been the card at the bottom of the deck for her. So she has assured victory, but it's going to be done in a very methodical and clear-cut manner. All right, so let's take a look at Elizabeth Warren and Amy Klobuchar. And as I said earlier, or maybe I said it yesterday, I can't remember, but it doesn't feel like there have been any really clear and definite decisions made about offering previous candidates powerful positions within the next administration. And I have to tell you that should Joe Biden win the nomination, that is more likely to happen. With Bernie Sanders, I feel as if a lot of those other candidates, a lot of the people that he was basically in competition with, they did not have a philosophy that actually really jived with what he wants and what he's thinking. So in some ways, it would be very hard for him to kind of select 2 or 3 or 4 of the people who were also candidates to work with him. I'm not saying he won't. I'm just saying that it doesn't feel as if there is quite as good a fit. Okay, let's take a look at Amy Klobuchar. Oh, anyways, to finish my sentence, because I probably didn't. Amy Klobuchar and Elizabeth Warren, there has been talk about, well, they backed out or pulled out because they were offered this or they were offered that. I don't believe that has happened. I really feel as if neither Biden nor Sanders feel super firm in their places. And so there is a bit of a reluctance, almost like to count their chickens before they hatch. And so while there is a lot of sort of conversations going on about this person or that person, there really very much is a sense that no firm offers have been made anywhere. And, you know, not only is there an amazing field of other candidates to choose from, but there are all kinds of people who weren't in that field who are incredibly and equally amazing, who could really move into some pretty significant positions. So let's take a look. We're going to start with Amy. Let's take a look at Amy Klobuchar. Frankly, it was a little devastating for her that she did not get the that she did not do as well in her home state as she was hoping to, and she's doing her level best to just put that beside her and move forward. She very, very much feels that the country is like literally in a state of jeopardy. And she is doing everything she can within her power and her energy to do what needs to be done to make that country as safe as she possibly can. Hi, Skittles. Can I help you? Hang on a second. Let's see if we can figure out what the puppy wants. Skittles apologizes. He says, sorry for the interruption, but him and his sister just wanted to go outside, and I'm their human, and so I needed to react. But he says, thank you, I apologize, and I'm going to go on with my life now. Toodles, dog. Okay, Amy Klobuchar. Let's take a look at her. Let me refocus again. Okay, Amy Klobuchar future, Amy Klobuchar future, Amy Klobuchar future. Well, that's dumb. Come on down. Okay. Okay. There are going to be some really significant changes that go on, and they're not unexpected. Well, they're maybe a little bit unexpected, but they were sort of planned for or anticipated perhaps or hoped for. Running as a candidate for the nomination of, president and for the Democratic Party, in some ways, and it wasn't mercenary. Her heart was in the right place, and she really, really brought a lot of passion to it. But in some ways, there was almost a sense that she was wanting to broaden her name recognition because she has plans. And going forward, in order to create the plan that she sort of has rolling around in her head, she needed a stronger name recognition. She needed to sort of put herself out there so that people who maybe don't pay as much attention to politics or don't pay attention to politics outside of their sort of local or state area would at least hear her name, know her name, put a face to the name, that kind of thing. And she was disappointed, but like I say, she thought about it clearly. She was sad that it happened, but in some ways, she had a great deal of clarity that her chances were not as strong as some others. And in some ways, she had real clarity about the fact that the country is in such sort of turmoil that whoever the Democrats put up as their choice for president really had to be somebody really established with a lot of name recognition, with a fair bit of support behind them. It was like, this is not the election where people are really ready to try something new and untested. Because they did that with Trump, and look where that got things. So there really is a sense, there was an understanding she had that she probably didn't have a really great chance, but she was going to give it her all because, like I say, she has plans. She has a plan going forward as to what she wants out of her career and what she wants out of her political futures. And this has it's really served some benefits for her. One of the things it did is really the sacrifice that she made. Some people view it that way, as a sacrifice in terms of she pulled out of the race and is supporting Joe Biden and is giving Joe Biden everything she can. That qualifies as a sacrifice. But it really, really gave her clarity. And it's like, she is like a squirrel, okay? And she is putting away everything she learns and everything she has gathered from this experience and everything she is going to gather going forward until election night and beyond. She just keeps squirreling these little golden nuggets away because she's going to put them all together and bring them out as a package going forward. There really, with her, there really is a sense of putting all of her pieces in place. So the next time she wants to take a significant leap, no one is going to not know her, and nobody is going to question whether or not she has enough experience. And there is something that is very kind of down home about her. You know, there's something really basic about her. And not only do people sort of in the rural areas or the smaller cities and communities resonate with her, but frankly, in some ways, she is very much a breath of fresh air for even those people who are in the larger urban areas. They're kind of getting a little tired with the slick politician. You know, they want something that feels a little bit more safe and comfortable and like home. So she is another one. She has plans, she has ambitions, and there's not really any reason to believe that she's not going to achieve them. But with her, it's a strategy. And with her, there is a sense that she's not going to really get a whole lot handed to her as much as she's going to fight and jockey for a position. That doesn't mean she's not going to succeed. She's going to. But there's a sense that she needs a little bit more seasoning. And I do not know how long she has been in politics, so I honestly couldn't tell you whether or not she has that seasoning or not. But it feels as if there is more for her to learn, experience, and gather before she really pushes forward into what she sort of wants to be and accomplish and do. But make no mistake, she has a long range strategy in mind. All right, now let's move on to Elizabeth Warren. What an amazing woman is Elizabeth Warren. She is, you know, that fighter. She is that person who takes on a fight and really she just doesn't back down until she either wins or is defeated. She really does have a warrior energy about her, and it serves her well. One of the things that a long time ago I did a reading. I think it was the reading that got everybody wound up about, you know, who they thought I liked better than the other. But if I remember correctly, when I did that reading about that first caucus or primary, whatever it was, that Iowa or whatever, wherever it was, I said, if I remember correctly, that she was going to have to evaluate what aspect of herself that needed to come forward more and what aspect of herself that sort of needed to recede for a greater or a gentler appeal. And that is very much, frankly, what I saw going on as she moved through the process. There was a sense that she just brought out a bit of a gentler side of her, not quite as abrasive or aggressive. And that worked for her. And what I want, the feeling that I'm getting is that as she goes forward, she's sort of going to come to understand that she can relax a little bit. She doesn't always have to have the sword and the shield. She can put them down sometimes and just be a little bit more laid back and a little bit more comfortable. For those of you who have been watching her and then saw her on the Rachel Maddow show, the night of the day that she suspended or stopped her her run, right? She was relaxed and calm, and it really looked as if she had there was sadness and disappointment, but it also felt as if there was a real burden that had been lifted off of her shoulders. And there was something about the way she presented during that interview that was sort of a little, and maybe it was just because it was in her living room, I don't know, but it felt like she was more relaxed. It felt like she was just more comfortable in her skin, as if she didn't have to be on guard. And one of the things that she's going to take away from this experience is the fact that that's actually a good way and place for her to be. Just that sense that she can really let the softer side show, and that doesn't diminish her strength. So let us take a look at Elizabeth Warren. What a firecracker she is. Wow. I mean, when you think about the energy and vitality that she has, good gracious, I'm sure there are people who are a decade or two younger than her that could only pray for that kind of energy. Come on down. Let's take a look at Elizabeth. Oops. Hold on. Those jumped out. I'm just going to reshuffle. So, Elizabeth Warren, future, Elizabeth Warren, future, Elizabeth Warren, future. Brilliant. She has brilliant cards. Okay. You can look for her to achieve a significant position of authority or strength in the next Democratic administration. I would not be at all surprised if she is not Secretary of the Treasury, if she does not end up as a secretary or something on that level. Her talents and her strengths have been brought so much to the fore. People have gained a respect for her. Those who didn't know her have really brought her skill, her talent, her mindset, her logic to the fore. And she is going to really find herself moving forward in a position of power that in some way really does cement her legacy. Again, she is another one like Katie Porter who has that energy of always wanting to fight for the underdog. She wants to make change where change is needed. And people around her who may have not realized it now recognize without any confusion that she has the vitality, the drive, and the smarts to continue her fight and be very successful. You know, and again, here is her fight, right? She's got a long road to go yet. She is nowhere near done. This is not a woman who is going to announce a retirement anytime soon. Unless something really dramatically changes in her life. Right now, she still has a lot to do and a lot to accomplish. And she has every intention right now of doing it. Look at this. She's got strength and Empress. And the Emperor. She is in a rock solid position going forward. I'm not getting incredible clarity on what that position is, but I can tell you going forward, she is going to have a powerful position within the next Democratic administration. She is a force to be reckoned with, and nobody nobody thinks that she should be put on a back burner. I do not see vice president for her. I see something, frankly, I see something where there is a lot of repair to be done, and she's going to be instrumental in moving in and creating that repair. Yeah, she's going to bring down the devil. She has the energy, the vitality, and because she has the Emperor, the Empress, and strength, she is going to knock this devil right out of her way, whatever it is, whoever it is, and whatever department it is. All right. So I hope you have enjoyed the last 2 readings with Divine Feminine Power. You know what? As we move forward, you're really going to notice a shift in energy. Women are really going to start coming into their own strength, and they're also going to be becoming very comfortable standing in their own power. The feeling of I need to diminish my light because I don't want to upset anybody is really dissipating. It is really just flowing away, and you're really going to see women in powerful positions, and you're going to see a real balance between male and feminine energy. It's not going to be lopsided. And again, understand that everything really is an evolution. So maybe for the next 4 years, you're going to see a balance. And then maybe 4 years after that, you're going to see where women are going to start sort of taking more and more, and really finding themselves in a surge going forward. But always remember, everything is a balance. And so you're not ever going to again have that all male dominance, but nor is there ever going to, I don't see, an all feminine dominance. It's going forward, what is trying to be accomplished is really a blending of the best of both and the best of all. So that's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed the last 2 days and what the cards and my intuition have had to share. Until next time, take care, be well, and I'll see you really soon. Bye-bye.